Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Today is Thursday, the 30th of July 2026. I hope you're doing good. So today I'm just going to start off on the daily time frame. I'm sorry yesterday I was not able to make an analysis on Wednesday, but I do try to make at least two a week. So here I am. So on the daily time frame, what we have is that we had this level, this 1.328 act as resistance. Now you guys know I have been bullish on the pound for a minute, and you can see here that we did break above this previous high that was here. So it is safe to say that we are currently in an uptrend, and also because of the weekly time frame. Now, on the daily time frame, I can see that we made this type of impulsive move. This here does look like the pullback, because now you can see on Wednesday we had this indecision candle, and then on Tuesday we had an indecision candle followed by a very beautiful a beautiful bullish engulfing candle here. So I would not be shocked if price wants to continue pushing up, maybe back up to these levels here, or even back up further, because as you've heard me mention, or rather, let me just go to the weekly time frame and tell you why. On the weekly time frame, I still have not been getting any signs of selling pressure from over here, simply because I just do not see these candles. And also the fact that you can see we broke above this one with really no proper candle. This bearish candle here formed slightly below this 1.358. I'm not interested. You can see here, when it comes to these new swing points, guys, I like to see proper candles, and that is why I'm not yet convinced. So I will not be shocked if price wants to come to here, or even back up to this wick, because we do have a very long wick here that does have the potential of price filling up. So yeah, and also guys, you can see on the weekly time frame we have an indecision candle, bullish engulfing candle, and then look guys, on the daily time frame we have literally the same type of chart pattern, which is an indecision followed by a bullish engulfing candle. I talked about this during my candlestick video. This is one of my favorite chart patterns. And so yeah, right now I am currently bullish. I am hoping that, maybe we can start pushing upwards. I was hoping that maybe the selling pressure would have like a deeper pullback, but it seems like this level refused. So let me go to the 4-hour time frame, and I hope I've made sense. Is there anything to point out? Not at the moment, just like the impulsive move, pullback in my opinion, and then we'll see what happens. But yeah, we're currently in the Badlands. We're currently at this weekly level, this 1.334, and you can see my zones that are formed from the bigger time frames here, here, and here. They're all in a zone like this to let me know that this is a type of area that I need to be really, really careful, because I don't want to start getting stopped out in these areas. Okay, so now this is the 4 time frame. We had an uptrend. We broke out. I think now I can delete this, because I think I was covering this in my previous videos. But now you can see where we are at the moment. We have also broken out of this particular trend line here, and again you can see a lot of rejection here at this resistance, this 1.328. Yes, on Monday I did mention that I was not comfortable taking any sells around this particular area here, simply because this candle formed. Now guys, I ended up taking a trade yesterday. Is yesterday on Tuesday? Yes, on Tuesday, and then it took a whole day, so then it closed yesterday, because we also had some news. But wait, wait. Let me calm down. Let me calm down. I'll go to the 1 hour time frame, because that's where I entered. But on this 4 hour time frame, I can see a break of this trend line. A very big impulsive move yesterday from the FOMC. So personally, I would not be shocked, honestly, if price wants to reject from here, because again, we are in those badlands. I'd be waiting for any type of candlesticks here. I'm not too sure if it would want to make a deeper pullback. I don't think so, and the main reason I don't think so is because this is quite impulsive. Usually when you have very big impulsives, they tend to make shallow pullbacks before continuing upwards. So we'll just have to wait and see. But again, I'm still open. If this level does break and it comes maybe back to down here before pulling back, that's still okay. So yeah, currently on standby at around these levels here for buys. I'm not going to be looking for any sells today whatsoever. So now on the 1 hour time frame, so let me show you guys the position that I ended up taking. So on Monday, yes, I mentioned I was not too comfortable taking a sell here, and the main reason I actually wasn't was because this particular pin bar formed slightly far from this particular key level of the 1.336. And the main reason I'm pointing that out is because this, I'm sure like a lot of people took sells depending on their strategy or whatever, but for me and my criteria, I need pin bars to be formed like, let's say, the body around a key level and then the wick above it. But you can see this wick was slightly below, the body was here. This particular candle here was also not a bearish engulfing candle. But if I had this pin bar around here, I would have taken the sell, and you guys can see it would have been a really nice sell. But because I was not interested and I was not comfortable on Monday, I waited that out. I was like, okay, this is nice. Really nice movement. I think it went more than, how many pips was this? Let's see, on Monday. around 80 pips, which is quite fair. Now on Tuesday, my key level was around here because this was Monday's low, sorry. Now, remember, guys, I was not comfortable taking that particular sell. So on Tuesday at around 9 a.m., this bullish engulfing candle closed at exactly where Monday's low was. All right, this was Monday's low here. So I was like, oh my gosh, why is GU telling me to buy at the moment? Like, yes, I've been looking for buys, you guys know, but I was like, why is it telling me to buy? Now, this particular day I was in town, I was in, there's a lot of commotion. I was like, oh my gosh, should I take it? But then I didn't have proper reasoning. So I went to the DXY and I saw the DXY was rejecting. Okay, I'll explain this in my June recap, but basically, long story short, I did end up taking this buy. My stop loss was 30 pips. I do not have less than 30 pips, and it was a win, guys. I unfortunately for my FTMO, I had to close it at a negative because FTMO, I could not hold it during the news since I do not have a swing account, which is frustrating because I definitely need a swing account. But I did take this on my personal account, and it was a very, very nice 2%. Held it for I held it for around 1 day and a half, and then yeah, the news FOMC came and it did its thing and it hit my TP. But my FTMO, I closed it out at a slight negative. I don't remember where it was exactly. Yeah, something like this, because I was quite scared. In case the news comes, I didn't want to be stopped out. This moved like 45 pips, guys. So even if like let's say I widened my stop loss, because I can see that some people use that strategy, for managing stop losses with prop firms. Hey, who knows? Because if this was the opposite and then it moved a quick 45 pips, then I would have been stopped out and an account breach for no reason. FTMO has a hard breach, guys. That means you lose your account if your stop loss or TP is triggered during a news event, 2 minutes with a 2 minutes window. So yeah, unfortunately I took a little L on FTMO, but it still was a winning trade on a personal account. So win is a win, okay? But yeah, I took that trade and it went really, really nicely. So today I'm looking for continuations. Again, I will do like a proper recap of that trade, my July recap, which is coming in a day. Tomorrow is 31st. I'm trying to see if I can get at least one more trade before July with my FTMO, because my FTMO, I took it out of drawdown, but then this little negative here like pushed it to a slight negative of like maybe $60 or something. But yeah, I am hoping to get a payout with FTMO because my alpha is already, I'm keeping it on standby. So anyway, long story short, this is the 1 hour time frame. So let me just adjust this key level here. So let me just now summarize it. And the main reason I'm adjusting this key level to now here is because this is now where we have the previous touches. Previous touches here, the 1.328. Currently watching out for this movement here. Let me put my fibs and let's see. So you can see we're currently at the 50, which is not bad at all. So if I get a bullish engulfing candle here on the 1 hour time frame today, I'll be okay. But if I do not get any candle confirmation here, because again, we are in the Badlands, I will not be interested in taking any type of trade here. I would rather wait maybe for even price to come back to down here. It's not looking too interesting, but that's preferably what I would like. But if it doesn't do that, then I'm just going to be on standby around this area here. Try and see if we can get more buys because I'm not looking at no sells. Yeah, I think that is it for this particular pair. I hope I have made sense. So let me just move on to, sorry, let me just add my brightness. I don't know what's happened. Hold on. So yeah, let me just go to the DXY quickly. My laptop does not seem to have enough battery, but yes, that is what I'm going to be looking at today. Probably buys from here, or if not, then I can also just be patient from here. If I also do not get a trade today for whatever reason, maybe I don't like things that are forming, then I'm okay standing by. Okay, DXY. And on the DXY, this is the weekly time frame, guys. Now, if you've been watching my analysis videos from even January, guys, I have been mentioning that, guys, I'm not convinced that this particular candlestick, even on the monthly, that this here is going to be enough for long-term buys. I am bullish, long-term bullish on the DXY. However, I just am not convinced. And what I've been mentioning is I'm really hoping that for whatever reason, at first I was hoping for maybe a pullback, maybe back down to these levels here. But you can see we currently rejected around this 100.8 level here. And I will not be shocked, guys, I'll not be shocked if price wants to do almost the same thing that happened here and price moving again to down here. And the main reason I'm pointing this out, maybe for price to come all the way back down to here or even down here, is because when I take my fibs from this lowest point of the DXY up to the highest, you can see that it still works well with the 78.6. This level here has still maintained, and have been mentioning this from January. I did see that we broke above this 100.2, but I'm not convinced, guys. I'm still not convinced. So I'll not be shocked if the dollar drops. That's all I'm going to say. But of course, we have to watch the market, and of course, I may be wrong. So what I want to do at the moment, the main reason I've started on the weekly time frame on the DXY is because I want to move my key level here. I can't see a double top, guys. If I move this level here, let me move it to here so you can just actually let's just change this together. 100.5. So I'm moving it down here because this is now where we've had that previous type of rejection. This here looks like a double top, double rejection. Let me go to the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, I had this channel. I'm going to delete this flag now because it's no longer, well, let me not say it's no longer valid because it can still continue pushing upwards. But if at all this is a valid double bottom, not the best type of candlesticks, I'm not gonna lie. So it can still push, but if at all we still get rejections here, maybe let's say from the monthly candle, I'm going to be on standby. But for now, let me remove this flag. Yeah, I was hoping that it can still push. So let's see if that can happen. So this is the daily time frame. We currently broke out. The daily time frame is not too clear because you can see we were heading on downwards, then we pushed up, then now we're making a high. It's not that clean. But on the 4-hour time frame, now the 4-hour time frame, it does look a bit better because now on the 4-hour time frame, we were in an uptrend. I did mention on Monday that I was not too convinced when it came to these particular candles here, but it did move slightly, it did move price slightly. But now we are almost somewhat currently rejecting here at the, let me just hide this. We are currently rejecting at that 100.5. Yesterday's FOMC news came, we dropped. So if I take my fib, let's say from here to here, you can see, okay, so the 50% here lines up with this 100.30, which is quite nice. We also have the 76.3 here. We're almost lining up with the 100.3. That also could be cool. So if it does want to make, let's say, a deeper pullback, maybe back up to these levels here before dropping, that would be fine. I'd not be shocked if this holds, and this also does look like a little held head and shoulder. So yeah, you can see like almost we have the left shoulder here, the right shoulder, sorry, the head and then the right shoulder. So if this is a head and shoulder, guys, this is one of my favorite chart patterns. If at all it works out, these head and shoulders give like really good moves. So if at all that works out and it is indeed a head and shoulder, I do not be shocked if price wants to come all the way back down to where this trend line is and even back down further because we still have levels around here and lots of imbalance around this area here. So I hope I've made sense. At least now it's looking a bit more clear, honestly. Things are not looking good, but right now I can understand what's happening, at least from the 4 time frame. The daily is not yet clear. I will admit it's not clear for me. I do not understand it that much, but the 4-hour is looking good. So let's see if this rejection can hold. Let's see how far the DXY can pull up. Any of these levels is fine to me, but I'm not really expecting very, very deep, what is it called? Very deep pullbacks with the DXY simply because we had a very volatile move yesterday. So anything, something like this, a shallow pullback, not too shallow, that's at least average, it was around the 50. That could be cool. So let's see. I hope I've made sense, but at least today I know I have a bias. I am bearish on the DXY and I'm bullish on the pound. So let's see how it goes. Much, much better. So let's check out the news. What is it called? So let me refresh this. On Wednesday, we had the FOMC statement that was released. Today, we have some news at 2 p.m. Okay, then we have some news at 2:30. Governor Bailey is speaking. Then we have core price index. This is not too cool, guys. And then on Friday, we don't have any news. I don't know. I'm going to figure it out. I don't know if I'll be able to take a trade with my prop firm account, with my FTMO, these news coming, because again, I don't want, those volatile type of situations. But I'm going to stay on standby. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, July recap coming soon. At least I was able to get some nice setups this month, at least in the last week. So stay tuned for that. I'll see you in the next video. Tell me how your trade went yesterday. Did the news favor you or not? Were you selling? Were you buying? Because I also saw some bearish candles here also. on the 1 hour time frame and even the 4 hour time frame. But because I was not convinced of any selling pressure yet because of that particular level, yeah, you can see if I took a sell around here, which was quite nice, bearish engulfing candle, it was also break and retest, but I was just not convinced because this level here was being stubborn, and usually when a level is stubborn, those are the type of areas that you want to watch out for. However, if this particular candle had sorry guys, now I'm going on. I really like analyzing the charts, guys. I do like analyzing the charts. But yeah, anyway, yeah, if this candle here closed below this particular key level, that would have probably been a bit more convincing for me to take that sell. But the moment I realized that this thing is breaking, I was just like, let me just hold on to my buys on my personal account. I was holding, I didn't move it to break even. So yeah, that's how it went. Anyway, guys, that is it for this particular analysis video. I will be doing a proper recap in just a few days time, probably tomorrow or even on Saturday. So I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye bye.